7 days of early voting are now complete in the special election for Tennessee's 7th district. The district is behind me. This is the map from the 2020 election. If you know any Democrats or any likely Democratic voters that live in Nashville, that live in Clarksville, that live in these suburbs around Nashville, or in any of the other areas of this district, please comment below their names. Please share this video with them because turnout is what is going to decide this election. Now, we also got some good news that Republican aligned super PACs are pouring more money into this race in terms of advertising. Why is that good? Well, they wouldn't be spending money here if the election wasn't close. So their internal polling and other data must be telling them this election is tight and so that they need to spend more resources here. So that should encourage us that we need to do more get out the vote efforts across this district to get as many Democratic voters as we can to the polls. Yesterday, we did not get the best news in terms of who early voted. In Davidson, we only had 1,114 voters, which is the lowest so far. Davidson, this is probably an 80% Democratic vote share right now. So we need to be getting out as many voters as we can in Nashville. Also, Williamson, which is a more Republican leaning suburban district centered around Franklin. They did open their additional early voting sites yesterday, so that is why we saw a big bump in the number of people early voting in Williamson, and we hope that those are very highly motivated Democratic voters in what is otherwise a more Republican county. Just to give you a sense of how many votes are on the table and how much more turnout we could potentially drive, so far we've had, almost 9,000 people vote in Davidson County. At the same point in early voting in 2024, we had 28,000 people vote. That means there are 19,000 mostly Democratic voters who early voted at this point in the 2024 presidential that have not early voted yet this year. That means when you volunteer, when you phone bank like I will be doing, when you go knock on doors, this is not a game of persuasion in terms of which candidate you should vote for, especially in Davidson County. It is just a persuasion of we need you to go vote because we can pull off a big Democratic upset here and we can send a message to Republicans that Donald Trump is a lame duck that you do not want to tie your sinking political fortunes to. As a friendly reminder, here are the early voting hours for Davidson County, that is Nashville. This Saturday is the last day for weekend early voting and is only open till 4:30. So you can go vote at any of these 6 locations at the bottom of your screen the rest of this week on Saturday and then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. And then of course we have the actual general election on Tuesday, December 2nd. Also, Montgomery County as well. Your last day for weekend early voting is this Saturday from 8 to 4. And then you have early voting next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But on Wednesday, it's only 8 a.m. to noon. So please go early vote ASAP if you live in this district.